Game Art.
Hello everyone, and welcome to my low-level, no-money, initial equipment challenge of Grandia. I am going to talk over the demo video, so I apologise for that. It is a phenomenal demo video, though. So Grandia has a very, very, very special place in my heart, because it's my favourite game of all time. It's one of the first let alone JRPGs, just RPGs I ever played back on the PS1. I didn't play the original Saturn version, I'm afraid. But I played this before Final Fantasy 8, 7, 9. This is up there with Sonic 3 and Knuckles as favourites. And Final Fantasy 8 is famously my favourite Final Fantasy game, but this game does a fair few things differently than a lot of JRPGs of the time did. For example, a kind of weapons and elements-based skill system. A fairly versatile battlefield as well, like you're able to move around. I don't mean the style of Final Fantasy Tactics, but you could move and avoid enemy attacks and get out of the way of harm's way. It employs the likes of AoE attacks and certain moves having damage fields and whatnot, hurt boxes. Yes, Noriyuki Iwade does the music for this game, and it is phenomenal. I'm playing on the HD Remaster on the Switch, which on release had a fair few teething problems, but it's been refined quite a bit now, and I believe many of the issues are now gone. So, yeah, new game. I will be playing a low-level, no money, and initial equipment only run. Now, low level's a bit of a weird one for this game because, as I mentioned earlier, there's skills. So, you have your character level, but then you also have a level for every weapon that character is able to use. And then they also have a level for every magic they are able to use. And there are 4 elements, which are fire, wind, earth, and water. And this game introduces a really cool mechanic, which is kind of merging of elements. So, for example, fire and earth would make a like an explosion or lava element spell, or wind and fire create lightning, which I really, really like the idea of. I'm gonna shut up, just enjoy this music. Oh man, it's good to be back. This gives me tingles. So, Grandia is very much a story of coming of age, adventure, self-discovery, and doing the right thing, to a degree. It's a good old-fashioned adventure. It's a good romp around the world, trying to save the planet. It's good to be back. This game has a incredible soundtrack as well, so I'm glad you'll all get to experience that with me as well. Enter General Baal. Oh yeah, voice acting as well. Which,
I guess I must have dozed off.
for a 90s PS1 JRPG, that's
I had
amazing.
that dream again. The bastards, they're hounding me. Mullen, where are we now?
It's only been a half an hour since you asked last. You look tired, General Ball.
I keep telling you, Mullen. When there are no soldiers around, you should call me father.
Excuse me, but Lieutenant Lean is still here.
It's just like you to answer like that. But you know that Lean is a very special part of our military plans. Aren't you, Lean? The third excavation of the Salt Ruins is almost finished. I'm counting on you too. Mullen, Lean.
We've assigned an elite battalion of our forces to this excavation. I'm sure that we'll hear good news.
The current time is 13:40 hours. Now passing through Parm airspace. Our ETA is 15:30 hours.
Lean, open the viewports for General Ball.
Yes, Colonel Mullen.
It just occurs to me, they say passing through Palm airspace. I think this is literally the only airship in the entire game. So why do the concept of airspaces even exist? Ooh. Yeah, so as I mentioned, this is the HD remaster. So, as you probably saw with the demo and the cutscenes, they just apply this kind of blur filter to make it the ratio a bit better, but it doesn't really actually add any more image to it. And the graphics are run through something of a filter to kind of soften the edges, make it less pixelated, which a lot of people took issue with. Doesn't bother me too much, but I can appreciate the purists out there that want it to look like the original. It really should be a toggleable option. I don't know what was with that janky frame rate, but like I said, this port, I should say, has its issues. Yeah, this goes on for a little while.
Hey, you. This'll teach you, you punk.
Oh!
Oh, Justin, not you again. You just don't learn trashing my shed again.
This
I
game
didn't
has a
trash it.
very classic
Why won't you
90s
listen to me?
anime feel to it.
I'm
It's
staking my
awesome.
pride as a man and my soul as an adventurer on this treasure hunt.
Shut up! There's no treasure in all that junk. Now you've completely trashed it.
Having like a bit of domestic
don't
violence
ever
to get the game
hunt for treasure in my
started.
shed again. You hear me, boy?
Ouch. That awful man, he never ever understands.
If this has happened more than once, then the blame kind of falls on you, my friend. whilst it's amazing this game had, well,
Justin,
back in the day it was
you
amazing that
okay?
this game had voice
That
acting.
sounded like it hurt.
Some people, it hasn't
Did you see
aged
that?
hugely well. There's a character later on in the game
Punch like that?
who has
Nothing to it. For a
quite
first-rate
possibly the
adventurer,
worst voice acting I've ever
comes with
seen.
the territory.
Yeah, heard even.
Right. So how'd it go? Did you find anything in the shed?
Nah, nothing at all. It really was all junk. Must have guessed wrong. But Sue, what about you?
Of course I found something. Ta-da! Here it is, the legendary armor. I found it all by myself. Oh yeah, Puppy helped too. Here you go, Justin, the legendary armor.
And that's what
Great,
we're going to be
Sue.
wearing till the end of the game.
That's the first one. That leaves the Shield of Light, the Warrior's Helmet, and the Spirit Sword.
Don't forget, we gotta get him by sundown or we'll lose. Yuck, I don't want to marry that awful god. You know, it's really your fault, Justin. You're the one that took Gons up on his dare. You'd better take responsibility.
Okay, I know. Come on, let's go show this to Gons.
Puffy, let's go too.
We found it, Gons. The first treasure.
And now we can move around. Yay! Right. Okay, so it's not actually what we start with. Right, so this is it. This is what we got. Now, there are some characters... well, pretty much every... I think... Yeah, every character in this game, bar one, can use multiple weapons. I am going to be only using what they start with. Now, if a character, and I think there are a couple later in the game, do start with two weapons, as in, they have the weapon they have equipped, but then there's also a weapon they have on their person, I will also use that weapon if I deem it necessary. So it's still their starting initial equipment, this is not necessarily what they had equipped at the time, but you know what I'm going with. Now, this game isn't exactly known for being hard. Yeah, she starts with everything as well. It's actually a pretty easy game as far as things are concerned. There are 3 levels of magic, and then you've got your skills as well. So you can see there, you've got swords, blunt weapons, and axes. And they would be the 3 types of weapon that Jessica can use, and Sue, she can use either blunt weapons or bow and arrow. Now, it's also worth noting that they can't use every single blunt weapon in the game. There are some that only Justin would be able to use, some that would only Sue would be able to use. But for the most part, the items are transferable. Now, another big part in this run is no money. Now, what I mean by no money is that unless I'm in a position where I have to, I am never going to use a shop, or I'm never going to spend my gold pieces. So if I have other means of trading, then I will go for that, but I'm basically going to treat it as if I have no money, so my only means of getting items will be through finding them in the overworld, or, you know, potential drops on enemies. Again, this is a low-level run, so I'm not going to want to do many fights, because, you know, I don't want my characters to level up. Now, you know, we're going to have to do boss fights, and there'll be a few forced encounters which we can't get out of, at which point we will have to go through those. I think level 15-ish is where we'll probably be at if we get to the final boss on a good low-level run. And as you can see, we start level 2, so only 10 levels to go. Oh dear. Let's also check... yeah, so you also can change the dubbing if you want to have in Japanese. I personally prefer the original English. So Sue is 8 and Justin 12? 12, 13 or 14. So this is very much a kid's game. Wow. I think this is like the first time that an in-game character has yawned without voice acting, and I've actually been prompted to yawn because of that. How do I... No. I know that you can... Oh, you can also move the camera as well. It's not just isometric. Listen close, Justin. I do enjoy games where speech impediments or dialect accents is all written in. Dragon Quest games do a really good job of that. Oh, down here you say? Ha ha! Thank you very much. Item number 1. You know, back in the day, it wasn't entirely obvious what some of these things were, so, you know, you look at this and, yeah, it's obvious it stairs now, that's only because I know what it was, so the amount of times I just walk past this and not realise I can actually go up and down this. Ha. Yeah, I feel it, bro. That moment where you're just in limbo waiting for everyone else to be found. And it's like rubbing salt in the wound when you like the first or second to get found, and then that final person, it's just impossible to find them. This just sucks. So this is a save point. Much like Final Fantasy X. You can recover, although it's an actual action here. You can also get little tips about how to play the game. Now, unlike some games, I am forced to, I think it's about 20 slots. Yeah, so we've got these 2 and these 2. I love that it's actually using the image of a PS1 memory card. Now, there we are. I knew it was here. Thank you. I appreciate the effort gone into the writing of this game as well, how it's actually Justin talking to the characters. Well, not just Justin, but, the whole team. And something I always loved about this game is only downtime when you go say it in, there's actually a meal time, and you get to have the characters talk to each other and discuss current events. Look at that incredible water effect. Back in the day, that was amazing. It looked photorealistic. Right, the last one to find is the shield, the helmet. Is it the... I forget now. I know who has it, and it is a pain to be able to get it. Where are you? So yeah, that's... I didn't want to go in here. Oh, well, we're here. Something I love about these games as well is you can just run around the houses and you can interact with so many of just the random things on the sides. No. Huh. I guess that's something he and I have in common, just an nothing sticks in our memory. But I ain't got time for you, Gramps. I need to go find this, I don't know, crockery set or something. Oh, where'd you go once, or whatever your name is? Yeah, so every time you go and speak to him, he runs off, and it's really annoying because he keeps on running away, and there's a way to get him to go the way you want, and I can never remember how. I think it's got something to do with Gantz's house, so no. No. Yeah. Go chat with his rents. Yeah, I wonder what. It's also nice to have a break. Spanked with a mop? Casual domestic violence. What fun. Are you... Where are you? You're not down here, are you? I know this is where it's meant to be. Wait, I think I remembered. We have to go speak to Gantz again. I mean, it's pretty vague. Just snap a twig off a tree and say it's done. So yeah, this is like my favourite game of all time. I've only completed it like a handful. Oh, come on, dude. Okay, maybe that's what we needed. Man, what a douche. Also the arrogance. Yeah, there we go. Why has this dude got milk pouring from his face? Yeah. Yay. Yeah, some ideas and concept that are a little antiquated for the modern world. I'm gonna be a man. It's like, okay, what's that then, dude? You let me know. Right, let's go get that sword. Yeah. Nothing to see here, officer. Yep. Hope you guys aren't lactose intolerant, because this is gonna get cheesy. Thought of that myself. Alright. In the next episode, we get scolded